New notifications. Awesome. So, are we streaming? Oh, we're streaming on YouTube. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Welcome everybody in YouTube world. You're muted, Kurt.
Yep, there you go. You caught me. I thought I was talking to everybody and I was talking to
Yourself.
nobody. My dog, I guess. My dog's in the house.
Your dog's in the house, absolutely. So,
Yes,
you
so
know,
we're here with Santa Papa John on the World of Ability Podcast Network. This is our Santa Papa John VIP crew, masterminding, collaborating, and brainstorming. We're really expanding and expounding upon this trajectory that Santa's on. You know, the reindeer take them all over the place, but Santa Papa John is saying that he is inviting more people in to helping spread smiles around the world and everything that the Santa Proof program is, and all of these greeting videos and birthday videos and lots of stuff. We are keeping Santa Papa John busy, right, John?
absolutely. And I can't promote it enough that happiness is contagious once you start doing more of it. And we're having fun with that. But I'm probably gonna end up saying this a few times. I know Debbie heard me say it earlier on. I did a video. I had an SOS message the other day. Rudy, you might like this idea, and same with you,
Yeah.
Mac. I had an SOS message from a lady from Texas the other day saying, "Santa, call me, call me." So I said, "Okay, what's going on?" She had an exceptional customer service moment from a bank. And you go, what are you talking about? Banks don't care about what they do. But this lady went over and above to get a problem solved that she had been dealing with for like 4 weeks. And people just said, "Oh, yeah, we'll get it solved. We'll get it solved." Well, this lady finally started working on the problem, called her back an hour later and said, "Okay, I'm still working on it. I need a couple more details." Half an hour later, she phoned back and said the problem was solved. That the she had been dealing with for like 4 weeks, and she said, "Can you quickly whip up a video to say on my behalf and on behalf of Santa's behalf, thank you for the exceptional customer service and this is the lady's name, and this is the well, it was actually a credit union, but it doesn't matter. Uh, Her name and the credit union." And I said, "Absolutely, I think that's an awesome idea." So, I didn't charge her very much, but it's another simple little way that we can thank people for customer service. Like Kurt, I was telling you, we could do something for, you know, the veteran group, Project Diehard, someone that makes a donation over $1,000 or whatever the number we happen to pick. They're going to get a thank you video from Santa Papa John saying, "Hey, thank you for the donation, and you've done this and this and this for our group. We truly respect and honor and appreciate your donation, and on behalf of the veterans group, Project Diehard, and Santa, thank you for the donation and have an awesome day." I can whip up those pretty easily and charge just a very minimal fee. But boy, that could put a lot of smiles on people's faces because it's like we met a few of them. I've met like 4 people that do the thank you cards through the mail on Alignable, and to get something in the mail these days, that's getting rarer and rarer. That you don't get an email because everything's automatically through email, and most bills are sent all through the email if you even get it. But getting something in the mail is kind of cool these days, so I like that idea. But this is on the same concept that we can take a step up and say we can be better than the other people because we're going to do you know a thank you letter and a thank you video from Santa just to thank them for a donation. Or Rudy, you have a new person that signs up that goes for the biggest package instead of your smallest package. Hey, Santa, I need a quickly video for this gentleman or this couple that signed up. What do we do for customer service these days? A lot of people just say Geez, thank you. I appreciate it. And they don't go over and above. So that I thought that was a very cool idea. And you can expand that to many different things nowadays, you know?
Yep.
So
There you go. Well, let's kind of make the rounds there. I think we're the crew that everybody knows each other, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so.
Mac is like, all right, if you want to say I know everybody, I'll roll with it. So, but just for the sake of the live stream, Rudy, would you be willing to get us going and kind of just give a little bit of your spiel so everybody out there on the live streams knows who we all are on the screen?
Why not? Why not? So, hey, everybody, it's great to be here. I am Rudy Gargioni, and I teach people about money. The things we should have learned in school, nobody got around to teaching us. I have a tagline. That is, finance is not an F word, because apparently we don't talk about money either, and I think that should change too. I also kind of call myself a bit of a money mechanic because I'm a car guy, but there's a bit of a synergy there where we more or less know how cars work and we more or less know how money works. It gets us from one place to the other. We try to figure out the inner workings of either one. It can get really crazy. So what I do, I teach the basics of financial literacy that the average everyday American can utilize to better their financial future. That's where I start with people in my business. It is multifaceted. I honestly like to lead with that first because it's the most impactful. Because at the end of the day, I really feel generational wealth is possible for everyone. We are not taught how to do that either. So that is where I come in. It all starts with education first. That's what I do.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So Debbie, you want to come in here? You got like all those balloons in your background, so we
I
got to
know
keep the party
balloons
going.
and a cool car. I have a cool car somewhere. There it is.
Oh, it looks like a 56. No, I was going to say a 56 Corvette, but it's not.
I don't know
57
what
Fort
it is.
Fairlane.
It's a cool car and it's got a lot of balloons. And of course, summertime is coming quickly. So it's a great time to be sure to be legal ready. Have your legal team available with your app on the phone, and it's perfect. Just anything comes up, you can tap the app. Even in an emergency, we have an emergency button. You can call and be talking to your legal team that knows all kinds of things about you that you've used before, and they can help keep you prepared and out of trouble, knowing your rights and being able to chat with somebody who actually knows what the law is in your area and keep you all safe. We also have identity protection to keep all your information protected. So whether you're a family or a small business, I can help with getting you connected to legal teams in your area so that you can be ready for summer and all the summer fun. Thanks. Back to you.
All right. What do you think, John? You like this idea of keeping it legal? Is that one of your
Oh,
goals?
it's all part of the game, you know. If you never know when you're going to need a good lawyer, and that is such an awesome program. I'm looking into it more. So, I mean, they offer many great services. And actually, I had a one-on-one with a gentleman that explained some of the business side of it. And I was really impressed that you could get a lot of business stuff done for the same reasonable amount price a month. So anybody that is looking for some stuff, check out Debbie, and you know, they offer a great program.
Thanks, Santa.
There you go. And folks, it's entertaining to go from meeting John where he was pulling from these like, attorney and lawyer jokes and kind of like being like, the attorneys. But then once he met Debbie and kind of went the route of Legal Shield and Prepaid Legal Services Inc. and everything and the ID Shield, all of a sudden we got John here now raving for their attorneys at least, so here we go. So Mac, what do you think of all this? Are you following along, or what do you want to share with our viewing?
So far so good. I'm enjoying it, and I'm just taking it all in, and I thank Santa, Papa John, for this opportunity to be here and listen and to hear all the beautiful ideas that he has and the beautiful thoughts and the feedback that he's getting and putting his personal spin on things. So yeah, if you wanted me to talk about what it is I'm doing currently, I'd be more than happy to share that as well, or you just want feedback. Oh, both. Okay, so what I do is I'm a brand strategist, and I often tell people we have to be good storytellers as business owners. And when you're married to your business, it's sometimes hard to tell the story that you want to tell. So what it is that I do is I help people tell stories through emotions. It has to touch it has to touch the heart in order for people to buy a product or a service. I'm sure you would all agree. And once that happens, then people are more likely to purchase whatever it is that you're offering or to subscribe. So if you know anyone who wants to take on or they need help in that area, I'd love to have a conversation, whether it's coming up with a strategy or it's doing event marketing. I'd be happy to help you from A to Z with your branding needs. I have people who hire me freelance and on a monthly basis. So thank you, Curdy. Thank you, Santa, Papa John. I'm so glad that I'm here, and I approve this message. Thank you.
There you
we
go.
There we go.
Awesome.
And as we're getting going, Max says that he definitely is working on getting Santa approved. The the intention is there. So in today's event, we have a pledge that we might be seeing that in the future. And in last week, we were very excited. The big announcement was Kathy Weaver. So with the Kangen water machines and everything that. I'm reporting that right, Santa Papa John, right? We have Kathy Weaver is running a Santa approved business, correct?
Absolutely, she is. And the list is going to build, and now going to get the granddaughter working on the new website and the new setups for people to display their information. And the cooler part about that is I'm going to be asking the list of all the people for all their social media so it can be listed under their names on the website so that everybody can cross pollinate with one another, like each other's services, and that'll start growing the community internally so that you got someone to promote, someone to gather information some from. The old proverbial, surround yourself with people that are experts in their field that know more than me, which doesn't take a lot because I'm not a specialist. I'm a truck driver, but I'm learning as I'm going. But that's the key word right there. Surround yourself with people that know more about different things than you do, and you will be a success. And it all what's the key word? It takes an army of many to complete a task of little. Something like that, wasn't it, Kurt? What's Project Die Hard's main key sentence there?
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Yeah.
And as this thing grows and blossoms, it's going to be a positive project of growth and happiness. But I think the sharing of people's links, especially amongst members, that is going to be one of the key components, because as the community builds and all of a sudden, Mac, you suddenly come on and you wait another 2 months and I've got 200 people signed on, and I'm going to use that loosely. I'm hoping I get more than 200 people, but wouldn't it be cool if you signed on Mac and all of a sudden you got 200 new likes or new followers on all your social media because now you become part of the family member? Now that is a powerful statement right there that will be implemented, because everybody goes to these network marketing groups, and Kathy, our nice famous Kathy, she promotes everybody going like a page, but how many people actually follow up and do it? So that's going to be, I think that'll be part of the criteria once we start getting up to a certain level, that, hey, you've got 1 month to, go like everybody's page or follow someone else's pages, and here's the 4 main pages that we're promoting, or whatever the case may be. I haven't this is another brain thought that could be a positive part of the group. But if we get up to 1,000 people and all of a sudden you become a family member and all of a sudden you get 1,000 people liking your new business page. How powerful would that be to promote joining a new community? What
So
did you
there you
do?
go. Hey, Mac, I got a question for you. Can I ask you a
Oh,
question? You want
please,
something
please
for-
go ahead.
All
I was
right.
ready for you.
All right. Are you on TikTok?
I don't really use TikTok.
Don't use TikTok. Are you open to potentially using it, or you decided you're not a TikTok?
Yeah, why not? I'm
There
always
you go.
open. I'm an
So Rudy, how
open-minded
about
guy.
you? Are you on TikTok? You ever done it? Ever?
No, I've got probably like several years ago, but I've never really like I was just more of a lurker than anything else, and never really for me 'cause I was always so busy. Like I just didn't have time. I didn't have time.
Yeah, well, what about doing some lurking with us? Would you want to do some lurking if we had that part of our community element to do some lurking on TikTok? Would you want to do that with?
Possibly. I've got a lot of stuff on my plate right now, but I'd keep that in my mind for sure.
Yeah, because basically, I'm absolutely amazed at what Santa Papa John is doing on TikTok. So I thought if John could keep us posted on the timing of his TikTok sessions, I was able to catch him live on a TikTok session, and you just type into the chat, some whimsical or wise Alec remarks and so forth, and then you kind of it's John sitting there on the hot seat, so.
There we go.
So I thought it'd
And
be
let
kind
me
of
tell
fun to
you, some of these kids come up with some amazing, mind-boggling, interesting questions that, you really look at the screen and go, did they really just type that? And some of them you respond to, of course, you giggle and laugh, and some of them you go, okay, I'm not even going to answer that. I'm passing that one on to the next one. And you know, they why are you ignoring me? And it's funny because I get a lot of the kids that are on the spectrum, and of course they're looking for somebody that just wants to give them some attention. So it's an interesting prospect, and it's very fun, and sometimes it can be very, very enjoyable. Um, Especially like when you get a thousand people throwing at questions at you. The questions are just rolling down the screen. It's unbelievable, and it can be a lot of fun, you know. But I've done it now for, you know, 9 months. A lot of people have been on TikTok for 4, 5, 6 years, and they've got, there are some other Santas that have 2, 3, 4 million followers. I'm not anywhere near that yet, but it's some of these guys are making some pretty serious coin off TikTok, you know. And I giggle because one of the big questions, oh, they're gonna ban us, the government's gonna ban us. No, it ain't gonna happen. It'll be sold because it's too powerful of a movement right now to shut down TikTok, and that would create a lot of mad people, as the saying would go.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So Mac and Rudy, what do you think? You're both game for Mac, you're game too to
Why
lurk
not?
with
Why?
Santa on
Yeah, why
TikTok.
not? So
There you
I
go.
like John, so if I can support John in any way, then let me
Oh,
know the time and place, and I can shoot out those hard questions to him.
I
Yes.
appreciate that, Mac.
Then make him sweat.
Oh, never sweat.
As he's having refreshments. So what do you think, Debbie? Are you on TikTok? Have you ever done the TikTok? You're muted right now. There you go.
I am on TikTok. I can promote Santa's on there.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Very
then
cool.
I'm kind of hoping John can keep when's your next TikTok session, Santa? How
I'm
do
gonna
we
try and go on tonight for a little bit about 8 o'clock.
about 8 Central? So there you go, in 2.5 hours, folks. Santa Papa John right there. So and now we've got many ways Debbie Hayes, you know, with Debbie Hayes, and that just gets done. It gets done many ways.
There you go.
So here we go. We'll welcome her in here. So part of the inspiration of having these sessions. First of all, it's, John is very good to attend some of our World of Ability Podcast Network shows, like the World of Ability on Saturdays and so forth. And he's come on our military show, Project Die Hard, has happening in an hour, will be the Mission Monday podcast, the Mission Monday update show. So he's come on there, which everybody here is welcome to join in on that one too. I can provide the link for everybody that wants to join in that show. And but I just was inviting that. What about having a dedicated show to all of this craze that Santa's getting, with this program, and really help people understand what it is to be Santa approved, and then to put out the call to action to say, who do you know might want to discuss with John what it takes to get Santa approved, how it works. So trying to get more people inquiring on it and learning the program and everything. So that's kind of why I propose being here. So really, Mac and Debbie and Rudy. So if you have any ideas from all of your networking experience, all of your branding and, whatever experience and resources you have and introductions, we want to spur that here today. And so if anybody has anything to offer to that. And then, so Mac, do you understand like what the process is to be Santa approved, or is it something that you'd benefit from reviewing that right now?
I would benefit from reviewing it because it's great. I'm sure we have some people that are watching this live stream or they'll watch it later on, and they really want to know, how do we get connected with John? John is an amazing soul, an amazing individual. We want to know more. We love the red hat, and we love Mrs. Claus's shirts that she makes for me or for him.
That's awesome.
For you to look at, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Kurt, do I have to buy him a steak dinner now? I mean, that was an incredible recommendation. Thanks.
Thank you.
Are you looking up the page, Kurt?
Okay, we're going to show the website of Santa Papa John, which is santapapajohn.com. And so this is how simple it is. Just go on to that homepage, and then he's got his services listed there, and then it's one of his newest creations. So
yeah, it's not showing
right
up on. Hang on, Kurt. There it
hang
is.
on. Why do I have to hang on, Santa? We are going full force. Your reindeer are already way ahead of you.
Well, I know that, but the people on the screen were seeing a blank screen.
Okay, well, is that why they gave me blank stares? All right, so here we go. So here we have all this positive content here on what Santa Papa John is trying to do and promote amazing businesses like we tend to get to know in our networking circles. And then when people are like, oh, yes, indeed, I want to be Santa approved, he's got that checkout center. You can enter here and get it in your shopping cart, and then kind of get the approval questions. So he's got to make sure you are in his nice list, not his naughty list, and all that kind of stuff. And then here we go. And then he's got the cost of subscription here, and you go next. And then you can do a checkout and kind of have everything paid and provided for the process to begin, where he does a follow-up with you, and then there becomes a reveal video that we've been able to see on, Kathy and Project Die Hard and other friends becoming Santa approved. That becomes the exciting moment, right, Santa?
Absolutely. And that's the start of the promotion where I promote your businesses. And then we're going to go, 7 or 8 weeks out. I'll send another questionnaire, and there'll be 4 or 5 more questions. And that is specifically geared for your business. So then I can do a video actually promoting your business. So it's a 2-step. I mean, yes, it's about being Santa approved, but I want to give back. So then there's the idea of Santa promoting your business in a video. So then, of course, the YouTube channel will start be building, And, the list will be building of all the people that are Santa approved, and they'll have the videos lined up there. So, there's going to be a lot of, as Miss Kathy says, cross pollination of different platforms that will be seeing all these videos and getting your names out there. So, it's not just about me, it's about me helping your business. So, as the community builds, it's going to get more powerful and more powerful. And, sorry, the implosion from the inside will start the eruption and everybody will want to join on.
And is there going to be is there going to be new monthly services that might be dropped? It might be a little recommendation from my marketing background.
Yes.
So then
Yes.
people can anticipate you have maybe a select number of services or that service, and then only so many people can have that service for that month.
Well, just like this podcast, there's going to be potentially, hey, I'm going to mention 5 people or, 3 people on this podcast and their businesses and give them a 1-minute spiel. And, I want to ensure that you're getting the value out of what I'm offering for my price point so that it's a fair deal. Now, some people say I'm way too cheap. I should be way more than I am. But my wife insists on me supporting the little guy just as much as the big guy. So that's where the packages will be developed. And there will be part of the big packages could be a sponsorship for this show. So wouldn't it be cool to have your name on a rotating banner that goes around this whole spiel, once a week? That would be an interesting way of generating some interest from Santa to your business.
There you go. There you go. So Rudy, I'm getting a hint you're not Santa approved yet, or am I missing this?
Not yet.
Not yet. I like that when
Not
you use the
yet.
term yet. So
There we
look at
go. There's time to get in. And I can see the price point going up a little bit. Like we're at $25 right now. As the services go up, there could be up to maybe I'm thinking up to $100 per month, and that would be a full package for smaller services. And then of course corporate services. So far I've got 500, 1,000, and 2,000 as price points. I haven't figured out what they're going to get for that value, but one of the ones that was mentioned to me was, wouldn't it be cool to have a video of Santa walking into your business with the videotape saying, okay, Santa approves your business and here's part of the promotion, because I'm thinking like some of these chains or Toys R Us or, kids stores that have, 2, 3, 4, 500 stores as part of their chain. Wouldn't it be cool to have a video of Santa walking in going, hey, these guys are now officially Santa approved, and, mention the name? That would be a pretty awesome exposure for the company. So I'm thinking that's going to be part of a corporate package to show them that I'm going to give them value back for, people have compared this to, and I'm going to say this lightly because they've been around for like 20 or 30 years. I'm not sure exactly, but Angie's List. Angie's List started off with 2 contractors, and it is built up to be huge. They did 1.6 billion last year. I'm not even thinking that far ahead, and it's going to be one step at a time, and I'm not going to forget the little people. But that could be an interesting model that I do look at to see what kind of packages they do offer, and I could base some suggestions, some ideas off that model. I honestly don't know. I haven't looked at their site more than, hey, front page, here you go. And then it's got the list and it's all alphabeticalized. Someone asked me the other day, geez, I make this sort of product. Am I going to be the only one on the list? I'm not going to say that, but you might be the only one in that state. So I could have 50 insurance people, one from each state, or depending on the size of the state, create two, maybe three. I haven't crossed that path yet, but I'm going to go back to my clientele when I get to that price point, when I get to that list point, you know, and I want to make it fair and I want input from them because I want them to include their object to potential ideas going down the road. Right now, it's an open book. As I run into scenarios, that's where the ideas will have to be constructively criticized to potentially offer different solutions to a problem.
Yeah, so I mean, I like your your place right now that you're, where you describe it as you're very open and everything right now. I mean, that's where I like it because to me, you're in the realm of like corporate social responsibility. This is something where, this should be an all hands on deck initiative. And I would hope that business people wouldn't find this to be where they need exclusivity or, or anything like that, because, you're doing a lot of things that, have a positive effect for the generations. It's, very, very much, with our children in mind and, so on and so forth. So I would hope that business people would say they want to be Santa approved and that they hope all of the other, you know, alternatives in their marketplace would hop on as well. Because to me, this is something that should be an everybody thing. I guess I would hate to see the business community take the stand or a business person being like, this only has value if I'm the exclusive, person.
Right.
Because it's about spreading smiles around the world. And like you said, how you've been able to, really uplift senior citizens and, looking at grandparents and, the interesting conversations you're able to drive that, the rest of us don't really fall into that opportunity, to get that unique response.
Right.
So
So
it's
it's
a
going to be
very humanitarian thing, to say the least.
right. And, one step at a time, one business at a time, one smile at a time, one being positive at a time, and the people will catch on to the main concept of it is we don't want grouchy, miserable people in this platform. We want to see happiness. We want to see cheerfulness. We want to see positivity. And someone said to me the other day, it wouldn't be a bad idea to have 3 references from each company because when I was talking to a business, they were a big nonprofit the other day, and they come across a situation where they were going to get a national spokesman. And this guy was very popular and stuff like that. And somebody from the inside and somebody said, maybe you should just hang off a little bit. And something happened about 4 months later that nobody knew was going to happen. So, you know, those things we can't always see, but I think Santa has enough pull to create the happiness and the awareness that this has to be, kid friendly, it has to be business friendly, it has to be people friendly with the positive swing on aspect. Saying all the right things so far, Mac? You're the marketing guy.
It sounds great to me. Yeah, continue. I'm just taking it all in.
So,
So Debbie, I want to check in with you. I think if I'm following right, you're with Mac and Rudy, that you're not Santa approved yet, correct?
Correct. Not yet, but
Not yet. All right, that's all right. As long as we're kind of in a campaign that We want that to be the mantra, that got to have that yet in there because we all want to work on it. We want to grow together, right, John? That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. So Mac's the marketing major. What am I missing that they're not jumping on the ship yet?
How are we doing for subscription wise? Have people sent it in? You have somebody that all of us knows, Kathy, and I'm sure you have some other people. And what are you making it to be? What's your call to action for people? Like once you have a conversation with them, how are you making it attractive? Like they have to leave this meeting today and then they have to sign up. Are you asking them to, or what's your approach?
That would be the ideal situation if all three of you signed up at the end of the meeting. If I answered all your questions, that would be awesome. Because what'll happen then, Mac and Debbie and Rudy, we all know you're going to tell two friends and they're going to tell two friends, hey, Mac and Rudy and Debbie, they're onto this new platform and it sounds really exciting because it's Santa and it's positive and it's happiness and we want to share that. So then they'll tell two friends and hopefully those two friends will come to the meeting next week. I'll be able to answer all the questions. They'll sign up. So the implosion will continue to be positive and be built from the inside out.
So this is essentially a discovery call for people to sign up. And we're on Kurt's podcast here.
Correct.
Right. So, and what do you, after that meeting that you have with people and they say, wow, this is amazing. Do you send them any information? Do you send your website? Do you make it easy for them?
I'm going to be sending a follow-up email with stuff that I've structured so far, how to get to my website, how to do the actual sign-up process, and then more things that are on the wish list and potentially pipe dream down the road.
So that may be helpful for people. Then they see, oh, this is Santa's vision. This is where he's currently at, and I want to hop on board. I want to hop on the sleigh right now and go wherever he's going.
Right. And
I think you have all the answers.
Right. So I think the way how it's going to end up being more powerful is, like I said earlier on, we have 1,000 people or 500 people signed on, and Rudy and Debbie are thinking, okay, if you get 500 people signed on, what happens if you wake up tomorrow morning and you sign on today and all of a sudden you've got 500 new followers on all 4 of your platforms? How powerful would that be in convincing you that you made the right decision?
Of course, it gives you credibility.
Absolutely.
As we say, it gives you street cred.
Yep. And that's I think that's going to be part of my criteria, that each member, as they sign up, will have to go like and comment, or maybe don't even comment, but like, and if you are on the 4 basic platforms, yes, you got to go like and follow those 4 basic platforms. Then the growth will happen from the inside out. And I think that could be a key component of this. Correct?
Right. So you need like married men, married women to promote this and say, oh, I signed up, now you should sign up. So there has to be some sort of incentive for them as well, besides just helping a beautiful soul. Don't you think, or no?
Yeah.
As it continues to grow. I don't know. We're brainstorming here.
Yeah, brainstorming, and that it can be such a powerful idea. Rudy, any thoughts to this conversation on brainstorming?
I was going to say that pretty much covered what I was going to say. No, that works. That works.
Deb, what's your thoughts on what I just said? How powerful would that be for you?
That'd be pretty awesome. I'm gonna try to find you on TikTok so I can follow you there as well. So
same name on TikTok.
That's what I assume. So I will be looking for that.
I only got 47,000 followers so far.
Awesome.
Nothing to sneeze about.
No. So I've been told.
So Mac, would you be interested in being a part of ongoing collaborations with Santa Papa John? You know, he positions, you know, everything going on around this, you know, with the fact that, you know, Santa is the most marketable character on the planet. And, you know, so I thought this would be right up your wheelhouse. I mean, there's just tons of potential here. It's got a whole social enterprise faction. It is a marketing powerhouse. It is a way to get a lot of exposure. A lot of us doing online marketing and online networking, you know, for the last 4 years have been, you know, running the gambit of, you know, alignables and blitzers and happy business networking and posting parties and, you know, all this stuff to get out and around and exposed. And, you know, it's 4 years of, you know, running the same old, you know, tour. We keep hearing about different opportunities to branch off and be a part of a different one. Business at Breakfast with Misty Henkel out of Australia, who got me into watermelon skiing and all that kind of stuff. You know, but I like it. I like the flair. I think with what we're doing sitting at our desk, I think it helps to have that flair. Earlier today, John was on with me during a free coaching call session provided by somebody that I met through a nonprofit. And, you know, she's at that point where she's working out. She's at the cusp of, you know, she's going to be in these reveals. She'll have a reveal video with John where, you know, he'll welcome her to the family and everything, but they're just finishing up the process, you know, right now. And it comes from a referral. And so, you know, that's what I'm looking for here is that if we can continue this, John reported that he was on with Barry Shore with his tremendous following. For everybody out there who doesn't know Barry Shore is, he's the ambassador of joy, barryshore.com. You know,
390,000 people is his weekly following for his podcast. He's got a reach of over 5 million. But
Wow.
390,000 is his weekly right now. He's in the top 2% of all podcasts.
That's incredible. That's
You know,
incredible. Someone introduced you, or that was through Alignable, or
through Mr. Kurt. He
oh,
introduced
wow.
me, and I mean, here's the value right there of the power of networking. And I met a guy today on Friday, maybe today. I can't remember now, but he said maybe you need to be introduced to the number 3 person of Alignable. And wouldn't it be cool to get the Alignable franchise group? You are now Santa approved. I'm not
Well,
saying it's going to happen, but wouldn't that be cool? And then, you know, where that branches off from that, I have not a clue. But the guy says, you know, Alignable is going through a growth phase right now, and people are not 100% sure of they're continuing their membership or whatever the case may be. But wouldn't it be cool to have Santa come along and do some videos and saying, hey, this is some new ideas that we're marketing and we're promoting and we're pushing this to build up the family atmosphere in Alignable? I don't know. I'm pulling at strings, but you know, does that make me suddenly
yeah, that's incredible.
credible?
Yeah, that's definitely a street cred, as we said
Yeah.
earlier. But I think along Kurt's discussion about maybe even, and if I hear you correctly, potentially starting a networking group around John. And I know you asked me a question, you posed a question, would I like to collaborate? For sure, I would love to collaborate with John. And if we see a different vision of creating this networking group that's different from what Alignable is doing, it's different than other networking groups that you said you have been a part of over the past 4 years, then I'd love to see how I can be a part of it, how I may be of service. And so I'd love to hear your take on this, Kurt.
yeah. So the idea is that if we can come around as a tribe around, you know, the Santa mantra and, you know, in all of our, you know, resourcefulness, like if we're in this pay it forward mentality to say, if we really think about, did we tap everything we've done in the last 4 years? I think pretty much 100% of us would say no.
No.
So how about saying, to kind of revisit what we've done in the last 4 years, like my knowing Barry Shore, you know,
Right.
and I'll kind of call out Rudy. He sends me a direct message like, "Hey, can I meet him too?" And I'm like, "Yeah, get it done, Rudy."
Yeah, that would be awesome. I love that. I love the idea of collaborations and bringing things out there. Like that is so great. I love it.
Yeah, see, to me, that's what it's about. See, and with Kathy Weaver and with Edwin and our Happy Neighborhood Project crew, with our Club 100, that Edwin imagined, and he facilitated last year. We came up with this happy trail thing and even had the song Happy Trails to You. And then Kathy would be playing that music and everything. To me, this is like a happy trail because we met Maury Zelkovich through Happy Neighborhood Project. And with everything Edwin's doing, Maury was at an event where Edwin was facilitating it, through the Happy Neighborhood Project event. And then Maury's like calling out in this event, like, you got to meet Barry Shore. And it was kind of like a great idea. And it was kind of a nice little flare of a notion in the meeting, but then nothing happened. And then I was in another meeting where, Barry brought it to me and he's like, Kurt, you got to meet, Barry Shore. And I'm like, okay. So then I went ahead and I did what I needed to do to find out how to contact Barry and call him up and got to where I was able to talk to him. And John can testify for you. I mean, John will tell you, I mean, all the phone calls in his life, to have a phone call with Barry Shore is like a 1 in 400 billion type of experience. I mean, he is just, I mean, it just
The
don't
guy
know how to
sends
put it.
me a
It's like
text.
different.
The guy sends me a text message. Hey, did you get this? And I sent him back saying, hey, your form didn't work, but I filled out this and that. And he says, good. The next day he's calling me going, hey, what's going on? Can we schedule some time? And I went, absolutely. I hadn't even looked at this guy's website yet, but hearing all the information from Kurt going, this is a guy that I want to meet, and this is a guy that I want to be connected with. And all of a sudden I look at his page and I go, oh crap. Okay, now I'm in the big leagues. And it's there's the true ideal of the power of networking. And people are keeping in introducing me to these real powerful people. So that tells me, and Kurt, you've been saying it all the way through this, I'm onto something bigger than me, and the community is going to come around and join my, Kurt says, tribe, because they want to be part of the happiness and the positivity and the sharing community that I'm going to be building. So I think that is got to be part of the action words that we stimulate.
Yeah, and when I finished that first phone call with Barry, he's like, all right, one last thing. I don't know if you want to do it or not, but I got asked, would you want to do a hug before we say goodbye? I'm like, okay, Barry, let's do a hug. And he's like, all right, here we go. He goes, all right, there we go. And so that made the joy phone call conclude right there with the, verbal hug, imaginary hug and whatever. And so that's the thing we even do on Zooms now. We hug, and he does now finding happiness and joy with Edwin on Thursdays. I forget if it's just the second Thursday or kind of if they do it twice a month or once a month. I'd have to look again. I'm pretty sure second Thursday is one of them. And so yeah, they're on together to do that. They haven't done one for a while, but I'm guessing they're going to get back to doing another one again. They've had a good series going. So it's just the potential. This is just the collective energy and the efforts. And when you think of everybody you've met, we tend to have people who are in this space of, personal coaching or, whatever it may be, or in youth services or, in the senior side of things, the aging side of things, whatever that, there may be people working on stuff. We have one of our friends that we met that she's doing, I think on Wednesday again, session where her
Thanks,
thing.
Debbie.
All right, thanks, Debbie. Her thing is loneliness. And so she's doing a session about self-compassion, this Wednesday and stuff like that. So maybe she's another good introduction, like what that would do for the work she's doing to be Santa approved and stuff like that. So whatever the angle is, there seems to be a role for everybody here. All right, Rudy.
This is awesome, you guys.
Thanks for
Take
joining.
care. My
Thanks, Rudy.
pleasure. See you guys.
So there we go. That's what we're doing. We're leaving no stone unturned. We're unveiling every possibility and, kind of really keeping this a larger than life phenomenon here. And I experienced that in adaptive water skiing. I really had a moment where a person that I wanted to take water ski show didn't go because of limited thinking by a couple of my friends. We overcame that, and it actually spurred me to be involved at a state level. And we more than sextupled the access to the sport of water skiing in 6 years. And so that was my journey of the last decade of a larger life that was way beyond me. And so I've been there before to see how this can happen. And I see it happening around you, John. I think that's what we're describing. And to me, if we harness this and we help steer people in a custom situation for everybody to find out their unique position, in this tribal progression, that
Yep.
it's just going to be unbelievable for all of us. It really is. It already has been, but it's only going to keep growing from here. And I think it's going exponential. And I think it takes that all hands on deck notion. And that's why we're going to be here every week, including back here again next week at 5 Central. Next
There
week,
you
Monday.
go.
Every Monday at 5 Central. Or 6 Eastern, right, Matt?
Something like that, yeah.
I just want to ask John, what takeaways do you have from our discussions today? Like, are you feeling more confident? Where do you see the progression here? How is it going?
Every conversation I have with people, I pull away a nugget or two. You don't look for the big gold, gold plate, but if you get a nugget or two, and then you can twist it and tweak it, and then make it an either. I think we've had some good positive conversation today. And I'm already thinking, okay, I think I need to change that on my letter, as one of the things that I'm going to do is that, everybody in the membership has to put up their, 4 different social media posts. So I think that could be a very, very powerful part of the membership. And that's where the implosion will happen. And that's where the growth will be.
All right. Well, this is a VIP session, and Mac, you're here as our last remaining VIP person. You're the king of the hill today. So we'll let you give any last thought or any last thumbs up. You're the last VIP person here. Any last thing or no?
Or the last man standing, whatever you want to call me. But
whatever you want to comment.
The last of the Mohicans, if all of a sudden we're Mohicans now, whatever you got.
No, it's just been a pleasure to have this space with both of you and with everyone who's joined today. And I think there's so much potential and opportunities here. And I know that you have some good ideas, and I'm sure you're going to reflect over the next week and maybe bring some new brainstorming ideas to our next session. Hopefully I'll be able to join on next Monday. If you be happy to have me, I'd be happy to join. And yeah, I'd love to hear the progression. And if you have any questions along this journey, John, Kurt, then feel free to reach out. And I just want to
nothing but appreciation, Mac.
Thank you. Said right back at you. I'm giving you a virtual hug. So
okay,
let's
virtual
try
hug.
it.
I do that for the kids on TikTok
this.
all the time. Yeah. We won't do this to Kurt yet. He's doing a fantastic job, and him and Emily, I truly appreciate for them, giving me the opportunity to do this and using their platform. And it's only going to grow. I mean, this was a little bit down from last week, but you know what? We had some really good positive conversation, and that's the key word: positive conversation. If you get onto a meeting like this and there's limited numbers, but you still have a positive conversation, that's a big win. That is absolutely a big win. And we can only go up from there.
There we go. Onward and upward right here at the Santa Papa John VIP Crew Mastermind discussion with our panel brainstorming. So I'm excited to be a part of it and happy to be of service here at the World of Ability Podcast Network. This is our featured newest addition to the family at World of Ability. So thank you, John, for being a part of it, and Mac, you as well, and everything we're doing HMP wise and so forth and so on. So yeah, the great synergy and energy and possibilities and optimism and everything that we stand for and all these euphemisms are definitely being fueled right here during these sessions. So we give great credit to our partners with this platform program here. And so we got Lawrence Wingate with Wingate Studios. We got Marcus Hart with Transform You. And we do have the Disability Channel is a part of what we do. We're aligned with them through Project iHeart. So we definitely are bundling and unpacking, and we have discussions with great folks like Richard Brooks, who is going to be doing stuff with us on the alignable side of things. I know we're percolating things on alignable, so I'm trying to be a part of spurring things in that platform too. So if you have any opportunities for us to pursue here for Santa and all his programs, please do let us know. You can feel free to contact me, 262-372-1SKI. That's 262-372-1754, or Kurt, K-U-R-T, at projectdiehard.org. Any other information you want to leave, John, or does that do it for today?
SantaPapaJohn.com. And you can reach me on any of the platforms that you watch this on, or check me out, and don't hesitate to shoot any questions.
All right, sounds good. So I'm flying solo today. I don't have Emily here to help me do the crash program. So a little delay here. It'll take me about another 10 seconds to clear the streaming. So I got you out across everything I can here. Everything within my power is happening. And so let me stop sharing here and here. And now we're clear.
Woo!
So there we go. All right, good session, guys. That was a good one.
Like I said in the recorded, it wasn't as big as last week, but we're going to have growing pains and we're going to struggle along. And as people hear about it, and it'll build and it'll keep building. But I think, Mac, like I said, the positive conversation is the only thing that we're going to grow from, and sharing of ideas and how to expand and grow this thing.
Yeah, there's just too much negativity, and that's not what you're bringing here to this situation. So
yep, absolutely. So it can only grow upward and onward. And I'm just thinking of that idea that we said earlier on, and I'm thinking how powerful of a statement that truly is. Like I said, if you join on, Mac, and I've got 1,000 members, all of a sudden, within 2 days, you've got 1,000 new followers. How powerful is that for a statement to say you join up and you're going to get a lot back?
Yeah, for sure.
So
for sure. Yeah. No, it's amazing. It's definitely amazing.
I think that could be a very positive part of the membership role. Same with you, Kurt. I mean, all of a sudden you get 1,000 new members following Project Diehard. That could be huge, because you never know when that one person that is the new people that hadn't heard of Project Diehard, all of a sudden, hey, I'm going to throw $500. I'm going to throw $1,000. I mean, I was just talking to my buddy that I'm in the big nonprofit in Canada, and they did a big event on Thursday, but the guy introduced them to a billionaire that showed up and said, hey, this is pretty catchy. Here's $500 he took out of his pocket, and see here's a donation of $500. Now he's going to do a follow-up meeting with this guy on Wednesday. And he says, this guy's capable of writing me a check for $1 million, or, $500,000 to say, I love what you're doing, and keep it up. Well, I think I'm on the same kind of wave right now, that I think there is going to be some people that really love what I'm doing. And when I hear in alignable meetings, in network meetings, hey, people are talking about me when I'm not in, that gives me positive hope that I'm not pushing the negative, or I'm not pushing my ideas too much. People want to talk to me. So that's kind of cool. You know?
Yeah, amazing.
So
Yeah,
even
John, I
having,
just realized one part of the program that I'm trying to do for promotional value, like Kathy Weaver does. Didn't take a photo. Do you guys want to take a photo quick that at least the three of us can
Yes, let's
represent
take a photo. We're
today's?
not live anymore, or we are?
no,
Because it
no, we're
says
not
live
live.
still
No,
though.
no.
I
Yeah,
thought.
take a picture, Kurt.
Okay.
All right, here we go. 3 and a 2 and a 1. You never know when I really took it. But you guys are looking good. Thank you.
All right, guys, I gotta jump.
Thank
She's got
you.
supper
Thank
ready.
you.
This was awesome. I appreciate Mac. I appreciate you being here and giving support. And of course, Mr. Kurt, I appreciate everything that you're doing for me. And this is only going to grow bigger. That's
That's
the way
right.
Amazing.
it's going to keep growing. So thanks,
You
gentlemen.
got
You
it.
gotta
Thank
run.
you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Talk to you
Bye.
soon. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, Kurt.
Yep. Bye, guys. Thank you. You got it.
Oh, this little big guy.